The train strike has affected me so much. I'm now getting wet and getting on this silly little plane. I managed to hitchhike up to Heathrow Airport, and there's always a solution. Loads of people always think, oh, I can't do that. People are easy, always take the easy way out, you know. So far, travelling on a rail strike day is turning out to be a much better experience than travelling at normal times. Get on the bus! The UK is having the worst rail strikes. I've just got my tickets, I'm going down to Bristol. Let's see how the rail strikes actually are affecting me and where I need to be today. So anyone trying to travel in Britain in the last 3 months now knows about the troubles with trains. Everyone in the country seems to want to go on strike at the moment. And I get it, and I'm someone who doesn't have a car. My carbon footprint is quite bad, I suppose, because I fly quite a lot. I'm a clarinet saxophone player. I can generally I'm not trying to carry a drum kit around. Been on tour for the last, well, it seems like it was the whole of last year, basically. But with the same band, we just did Bad Manners on tour for the last 4 weeks or whatever. And I left some things in Bristol. I don't trust the postal service at the moment because they've decided to keep striking. So I'm heading down to Bristol, booked on train at 10:08. There it is, it's actually coming in. What a treat. I left home when I was 15 years old. I'd always used the National Express buses, get on the coaches. I remember I learnt a lesson in being on time. I hate people being late. It's one of my most hated things. I remember one time you had to book the bus, and the bus would have to come off the motorway and come and pick you up on the slip road if they knew someone was booked from there. And this time the driver obviously realised that I was booked on it and just went straight past. I used a payphone to phone the band leader and I said, the bus has gone past me. This was about 9 in the morning. We had a gig at 8 in Bridgewater that night. I said, I don't think I'm going to make the gig. I was 17 years old. I don't know what to do. I don't think I'm going to make the gig. And he said, I'll tell you what. He said, the gig starts at 8 o'clock. Make sure you're there just before 8. All right, cheers, bye. Put the phone down. That was it. Anyway, I managed to hitchhike up to Heathrow Airport and then change and get onto another bus. And I arrived actually at half past 7 in the evening. And he said, see, told you I'm not that hard. I think those kind of things of making you do something, there's always a solution. Loads of people always think, oh, I can't do that. People are easy, always take the easy way out. I think I learned that pretty early on. So I've just got to London Bridge, and you know what? The trains, the trains are actually quieter, obviously, because everyone said, don't travel. But tomorrow, they're saying that there is just no trains whatsoever. So that's really helpful. So I'm at London Bridge. I think a lot of people get a bit worried about when they get to London. It's like, oh, the tube is so hard to understand. It's much easier than New York, I find. There's the Shard. So how am I feeling after being on tour for that amount of time? So we had loads of trouble getting back. We found out something about the van. I'm not going to let you know. But we had the police on our tail. They had a nice chat with us, a nice fine. Sorted that out. Anyway, the van got home. I flew back from Glasgow to London. I was on a flight out of there at 7 a.m. I slept for 15 hours solid. And then you sort of feel completely out of it. You know, then yesterday I got up, went and had a haircut, went down to Brighton, train strikes, but it didn't actually affect me. The thing with being on tour, because you get so used to it, you're just like, right, do the gig, get back to the hotel, go to bed, sleep for 5 hours, 6 hours, get up, get in the bus, get on the bus, get in the car, get on the train, get whatever you're doing, travel to the next gig. There's never enough time really, like we drop off the lead singer, drop Buster off at the hotel, then we go and do the sound check, then you've got sound check, then like you go and get some food, and then that process just repeats and repeats, day after day, 40 days. Just getting to Paddington Station now. Paddington's such a busy station anyway, but I think the main problems are going to be tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see what my journey's like tomorrow. train's delayed by 7 minutes. I don't know why I thought I could show you 7 minutes with one hand. I suppose I could. I think I have a compulsion to keep moving all the time. I can't just stand still. I can't keep still. I find it very hard to relax. No, I'm thinking of all the things that I could be doing because of my addictions problem. You know, I think with addictions, you know, if you sit still for too long, you know, you're going to start thinking about all the bad stuff. So, you know, as long as I keep moving forward, my most hated phrase, but actually in this, you know, I always feel like I've got to keep doing stuff because I feel like I've wasted a lot of my life. Well, I don't feel I've wasted it. I don't regret anything, but I wish I'd got to this point sooner because I love my life. Train strike. So I'm in Bristol. I left some things at a gig here. Somebody picked them up for me. This is the plan for today. Nip to Bristol, stay over, have a night over. I've booked a nice hotel. Tomorrow, go back. Train strikes. Not going to believe it. I'll see you in the morning. The train strike has affected me so much that now I'm going to have to get a taxi from the hotel to Bristol Airport, get on a plane from Bristol Airport to Jersey, and then from Jersey to Gatwick Airport, and then from Gatwick get a taxi back to Burgess Hill. Thanks, strikers. Weirdly, the flight is cheaper than the train. I don't even know what the point of this video is. Just thought it was worth documenting. The fact that a simple journey cost me more money than it should have done. Luckily, I'm earning all right money. I keep very busy. I'm used to travelling. I'm used to things changing like that. I'm used to tour managing. I'm used to sorting stuff out. If you had 1 week off, you could arrange a trip with your family or something with young kids or anything like that. All this would really, really screw you up. I think there's a lot of that that's been taken out of consideration with striking. And obviously there's striking for fair pay, especially when there's striking for safety. I think that's obviously important, you know. But there does come a point where when everyone's being affected by it, and I find that the UK is more. Or I did think about this the other day, maybe I just don't notice it when I'm in other countries because I don't speak any other languages because I'm so ignorant to learn another language. Who knows? Basically, how have you been affected by the train strikes? I'm now getting wet and getting on this silly little plane. So it's only the 5th of January. I would have already done 3 flights. I would have done 3 hotels. Be interesting to see how the year, this time next year, how that would have panned out. It's just become apparent to me. My days off are pretty similar to my days on, actually. Just never ending. It's good though, I like it. I haven't even got any words. So I've arrived in Gatwick. All that's left to do now is to get from Gatwick to Burgess Hill, which is normally 20 minutes on the train, but there is simply no trains. All the buses are full. I've just had a look at a taxi, £160. Costing me some money today. Yeah, don't like the thought of that. Just came up on Uber, dropped down from 149 quid down to 45 quid. Booked it, rushing it, going home. Thanks for joining me on this edition of Get on the Bus, where I did not get on a bus. Right, see you later. Uber just keep cancelling. So I prematurely said goodbye. This is it now.